How long is that clip, motherfucker?
It's like
Too long.
20 minutes.
That's just like a video.
No, literally, I'm gonna make that a video now.
Just the story of the kneecapper,
Story of the kneecapper.
as told by two idiots playing different games.
Yeah.
All the way over there? What if I don't want to watch? What if leagues are for nerds? Right, Richie? What
Yeah.
what are leagues for?
Nerds.
Nerds. That is why you should hire Joe's premium kneecap removal service. Get rid of those legs, nerd.
That'd be really funny if fucking in zombies they had an Easter egg where it's like, shoot zombies in the kneecaps 500 times and you get some sort of like special buff. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be okay with doing a bit. Just literally taking a crowbar to someone's knee.
Oh, I should do that in the Fallout 4 thing. Like, one of the
Welcome
things that I do is I just take a
welcome to
crowbar to
Joe's
fucking
kneecap removal. We pry them off, we smack them off, we shatter them. Premium kneecap removals. Will not get any better kneecap removal anywhere else. You can guarantee that. We remove their kneecaps when they cannot. We won the kneecap war. The great kneecap war of 97. Not many know about it.
Not many know about the Great Kneecap War. We were stealing each other's kneecaps like no tomorrow, dude.
Look, these aren't even my kneecaps. There's someone who was named like Greg Diddlemeyer.
Yeah, he was a real toughie, man. I broke into his house in the middle of the night and stole his kneecaps. And they were better than mine, so I started wearing them again.
No, he stole my kneecaps the next day, so I had to wear his. But then he was wearing mine. I don't know why he didn't just steal his back.
He had his on his bedside table, so I just yoinked him, and so now he's wearing mine and I'm wearing his. I can run a lot faster now.
But I can't lift for shit.
Yeah.
Also, one of them can bend backwards.
I forgot how to file my taxes because he took my kneecaps.
I forgot how to function as a basic human being because he took my fucking kneecap.
But I can run pretty fast. My dick also grew 3 inches.
You know what they say? The dick is all in the knees. All in the knees. I also got a lot better at sex.
God, he was having the life. I'll start to have my virgin kneecaps.
I wasn't a virgin. Then there's this person named Stacy Thomas. I stole her kneecaps. They never worn them. Gave them to my daughter on her 15th birthday.
And she was crippled when she was born. She didn't have any kneecaps, so I had to, you know, make ends meet somehow. So I stole Taylor
Turned out I gave her the
kneecaps.
kneecaps of a stripper when she was 5. Had to remove them right away. Then I went to the local daycare and shopped around and bought the fastest.
Bought the
kneecaps.
fastest kneecaps.
They were a boy's kneecaps. But, you know, she turned out right.
This is going into the recorded.
What the
This
fuck
is
are we
being
doing?
recorded.
It is.
Yup.
Now, here's the thing.
Yes.
As a wedding gift, I gave all the wedding guests kneecaps. Let's see, the real kicker was, it was all their kneecaps, but mixed up.
I just swapped them around.
So, my mom doesn't know this, but she's actually using Grandpappy's kneecaps.
Oh my fucking god. There's no context for this. I'm just gonna put this as like a bonus clip at the end of like a competitive casuals episode.
Like how I am 90% of them.
Yeah.
And would you look at that? Hey, welcome to my office. Those are some fine kneecaps. It'd be a shame if, you know, you couldn't pay the bill and I had to remove them. The bill is $2 million. Or your kneecaps.
I'm gonna break in the middle of the night if you don't pay your taxes, and the tax man's gonna circumcise
You know, I
you
am
and rip out
actually
your
directly
kneecaps.
hired by the IRS to break people's kneecaps when they don't pay their taxes.
Yo, what would be your way of kneecapping someone? Would you take a crowbar to their knees, or would you like take like a pump shotty and like blow off both kneecaps?
I do the break that I know that literally launches the plate upwards out of its socket.
Oh. How would you get it out of the skin then?
Oh no, I wouldn't get it out of the skin, I would just shove it up their leg. Put it in the wrong spot.
It just comes out their mouth.
Eventually, maybe.
It's so hard. God.
Nah, I just shove it up. Make it a ball crusher.
God, that's cursed.
If I wanted to remove the kneecaps, I do it very surgically after putting anesthesia on them during the night.
They have to chloroform them.
Yeah. And so then like they wake up and they're like, oh, what happened? Try to stand, they're like, what the fuck? Oh my god, my kneecaps, they're gone!
My kneecaps! No!
I do it super subtly like that, and they're like,
oh god. Why is this
have it
happening
all, like,
while I'm just
stitched up?
grinding my pistol, dude? Come on.
it's like, in place of their kneecaps, they're gonna be like, oh, it looks like I still have my knees. They're gonna try and stand up. Their legs will just flop. They're gonna be like, what the heck is in there? So when they go to, do surgery and see what's in there, you know what they're gonna find?
What?
They're just gonna find IOU notes taped to rocks.
Just an kneecap IOU? Oh god, that's cursed. Woo!
Ah, god damn it, not this guy again.
Ah, god damn it, this is the second time this month. He stole my kneecaps.
No, like
The
the
police
hospital.
got him back for me the first time, but I don't know if they're gonna be so willing to help me this time.
It's the hospital and the police department coming in, looking at you like, what happened to your kneecaps? And it's like, oh god damn it, not this guy again.
Oh god damn it. They like point to a wanted poster on like the bulletin board at the front of the hospital, like, was this the
And
guy
it's
who
just some
stole
guy
your
with, like,
kneecaps?
And you're like, I don't know, I was out of it. I was literally asleep when this happened.
But that sure looks like him. If I had the question, I mean, if I had to guess, that's like what I thought he would look like.
And it's just like a guy with a paper bag on his head.
Just a paper bag and just, oh god. Just
God
the
damn it.
most cursed shit ever.
We call him the capper.
No cap, we call him the capper. The capper with no caps.
We're pretty sure he actually doesn't have kneecaps either. Like, and how does he do this? You ever heard of a wheelchair? And you ever heard of rockets?
Just wheels himself into the fucking,
You know, supposedly he's been looking for the perfect size kneecaps to fit him. How long has this been going on? About 30 years.
He's only done it to the residents of this town. Like, sometimes we get tourists who come here and never return with their kneecaps intact. They just kind of don't see the, they just kind of just don't bother with getting them back.
Have you ever wondered why half our town's population is in wheelchairs or crutches?
Do you ever wonder why, like, everyone's got kind of like an odd wobble in their step? Like, they kind of like do the penguin waddle, you know? Yeah, he's the problem.
I just thought that was like a weird thing because, the old folks' homes here. No. In fact, the old folks are the only ones with their kneecaps still.
For some reason, the quality's not as good, so he just doesn't take their kneecaps.
Something to do with, like, the cartilage deteriorating or some stuff. It was better than the guy we had, like, 70 years ago who used to take spinal plates.
He used to take hip replacements.
He used to take just entire hips. Like, you would wake up and you would just feel like a ton of sagging skin. You were like, huh. And then you would look in the mirror and realize, oh shit, I don't have hips.
You could use your legs like second arms. They were so dangly after he took your hips.
And one time we had this supermodel come in, and he took her hips. He finally caught him after that, because he was wearing the hips.
no man would ever have hips like that. And I tell you what, there were some good hips, bro.
You do not understand. You would not understand. You ever heard of Shakira? I don't fucking know someone with good hips.
Shakira.
Oh gosh,
man.
officer, I can't believe it. How did he get away?
Yeah.
So how does he get away with the kneecap thefts? Can't you guys use forensics? No.
No. he's always prepared. He always wears surgical gloves. So if you ever see a man around town with surgical gloves on for no reason, well,
unless
be
if he's at
prepared
the
to lose
hospital.
Kneecaps. Yeah.
Unless if it's at the hospital. Even then, we're suspecting, you know, doctors now.
Yeah.
In fact,
Like
we literally have a camera attached to every medical doctor.
we can't
1%.
figure out who it is based on his height because his height's always changing because he's stealing the kneecaps.
Yeah,
And
the
sometimes
kneecaps-
when he steals a certain person's kneecaps, he grows a mustache. Nobody knows why. He just kind of does periodically.
Except we've never actually seen his face. We just see a mustache through that paper bag. And we try and catch him.
he just like sometimes he'll like put Sharpie on his back too, like and
Hey,
like
I did a little Google search, guys. There's this channel that does kneecap reviews. Are you sure it's not him? No.
no,
Could never be him. Why would he ever post that on YouTube?
no,
That's just an innocent kneecap reviewer. He's probably like an archaeologist or something.
probably something like that. Fuck the dinosaurs or something along those lines.
I mean, one time he did steal a T-Rex's kneecaps.
He had some thunder thighs that time,
We almost caught him that time.
but he got away. He like leaped over a 6-story building like Superman.
Are the police okay in this town? No, we're literally... It's just me
Half of us
and
are
Jim.
crippled. Yeah, Jim's crippled.
crippled.
Yeah. Oh god.
And I'm Joe. I didn't even pass high school, man. We are literally the worst police department.
God.
Do you guys
Lord,
not even
that
have like a
thing's went
sheriff
by
or,
right.
you know, police chief? No.
No.
It's literally just us, and 90% of the time we are called to, you know, tell kids not to trick or treat too late. Like, do you think we're actually cut out for this job of finding the kneecap man? No.
Never.
We hired a
No.
private detective. Except
His
he lost
kneecaps
his
got
kneecaps,
stolen. Yeah.
and then he retired.
Oh, I had to stamp it up. Oop.
But you know, the worst part of it all is when he returns the wrong kneecap. Like, you wake up one morning and you have your kneecaps back, but it's the baby's kneecaps. Your legs are just small and not functional.
I wasn't able to get to work one day because he replaced my kneecaps with donuts, the sick fuck.
The donuts eventually deteriorated, of course.
And now I had to be in a wheelchair for the rest of the day, but then in the middle of the night, I got my kneecaps back somehow.
Apparently they weren't good enough for him. Poor Jim's kneecaps were apparently pristine because he keeps wearing them. Jim used to have an amazing handlebar mustache until he lost his kneecaps. Jim's wife's also
This is
divorced
some
him afterwards.
SCP type shit.
Yeah, it really is. SCP-979, the kneecap man.
Somebody please write something on the SCP official website. Make this an SCP, please.
Call him the capper.
Call him the capper. What is his defining character trait? He steals knees. Steals kneecaps, more specifically. And then he swaps them around at random. Sometimes he'll replace them for
Unfortunately,
objects.
you know, I'm not technically supposed to tell civilians this, but, you know, the SCP Foundation is here, and they're like, where the fuck? We literally cannot catch him. We have cameras set up everywhere. Like, but he's just a dude with a mustache and paper bag, man. Just takes kneecaps.
I mean, like, no one's been
Apparently,
killed.
he's like a threat. Like, no one's been killed.
But like,
He
you'll
does-
just wake up without your kneecaps some days and just... We literally invented a new thing for work. Like, if you can't get to work one day, you just claim that your kneecaps got stolen. And there you go. Yeah, you still get your full paycheck for the day, but you just don't have to show up to work. It's really nice. I like taking days off to go golfing with my friend Jim. Though Jim has to
Jim
play from
can't
his
golf
wheelchair.
anymore because he's lost his kneecap. Is this the same Jim that works in the department or a different Jim? No, same Jim. So half the days there's just no police. Yes. Is this why the Catman is able to get away? Most likely.
Probably. It seems to spike whenever we go on a kneecap holiday.
You're saying this man, the reason why he's still out here is because of your incompetence. Yes, absolutely.
Probably. Most likely.
Well, there's also the fact that, you know, we have this giant science group that also can't catch him. And they, like, are experts at catching shit. Like, they have aliens sometimes just come in. Like, one time I saw this guy and they called him God. And he looked like God. He acted like God.
He brought along his son Jesus.
And they were out.
He
And
didn't have
they
the
asked-
holes in his hands, though, so I wasn't 100%, but...
You know, they asked God, where's the kneecapper? And he said, well, he's right there. And he pointed at some Joe Schmo. And they tried to catch him. And then the Joe Schmo literally stood up, extended his knees 10 stories, and stepped over the building. They couldn't catch him. He was too fast. You know how fast you could run when you have at least 72 people's knees? He was like a centipede. A kneetipede. He was a centipede made out of knees. It's kind of terrifying. But he did have Jim's sick handlebar mustache, so it wasn't that scary.
I mean, I'd rather get assaulted by someone who has a sick handlebar mustache than someone who doesn't.
Yeah, I mean... And apparently during this whole coronavirus thing, he also tests you for coronavirus and gives you test results after he takes your kneecaps. I don't understand.
I don't know, but sometimes the people who diagnose us with coronavirus, he cures them, like, instantly.
Apparently coronavirus is in the kneecaps. He removes the kneecaps and you just don't have it anymore.
He takes out your kneecaps and, like, cracks them open like a fucking apple and just there goes your kneecaps split in half, and then he, like, takes out the coronavirus and then gives you your kneecaps back, and all's well and done. So it's pretty cool. I like him a lot, but he's
It's
still...
honestly terrifying though, watching
However,
a man
we are
open
kind
up
of...
someone's kneecap like you know, have you ever seen someone open a clam? He kind of just does that with the kneecaps. He just goes...
And then he takes out the coronavirus and inserts, like, this weird blue gel. It makes like, he did it to me once, and, like, I was able to slide across an entire football field
So you
on my
could have
knees.
caught that man while he was, you know, doing that to you? Well,
I wasn't gonna say no to the cure. And I also wasn't gonna say no because you have my kneecaps. Can't live without my kneecaps.
I'm a police officer. I gotta run. Sorry, you're 200 pounds overweight.
Ah,
I gotta
potato,
run.
potato.
Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I can't run. Alright, so, how's the interview before we set up camp here? No. I'm just gonna say this, I'm pretty sure we don't need to set up camp here, man. I don't think the Foundation needs to deal with this town. Well, we've been told to, so... why do you sound like the police officer? Oh, because that's my brother. What?
That's my brother Jim.
Why are there so many Jims in this
I'm
town?
also Jim. I believe the kneecapper is also called Jim. I don't know, it's like a side effect. When you swap around your kneecaps, your name changes.
SCP-9792.
Like,
The fact that everyone in town is named Jim.
No, it's just like whenever he swaps around your kneecaps, you just take the person's name. And somehow he's duplicated Jim's kneecaps and, like, put them into everyone. We just never got her names back. See that woman over there at the bar? Her name's Jim. She's a real nice lady, though. Ask her for some sweet tea, and she'll give it to you. Really nice person. I recommend you hang out with her. She's fun to hang out with on the weekends.
I like how this all started with, how would you remove someone's kneecaps? I do it surgically. I'd like chloroform them at night and just remove it.
Okay, what would Jim's way of removing the kneecaps be? I think he
That
just like
exact
does like a
scene.
magic trick, like he just says hocus
No, no, no.
pocus, kneecaps be brocus, and just your kneecaps are gone. That's how
And
it
he's
goes.
just holding them.
Yeah, just
No, I like to imagine that it's surgical at night, and like
kneecap is swappus.
you've seen him do it. It's just like when they go in to stop him, it's already too late and the surgery's done.
Yeah, and they just kind of show up and kind of like, well, god damn it, well, we can't really incriminate you because you're not doing any harm to him. Kind of just swapping kneecaps around.
No, it's more like when they try and get there, he's already gone, but they've seen him because, you know.
Yeah.
But he's always wearing like a paper bag, so it's like, god damn it.
God fucking damn it, dude. Always out here stealing our kneecaps, bro.
To make it more SCP-like, his index finger is
Is a scalpel.
yeah.
Yeah.
His other hand is like just the claw thing that they use.
Wait,
and
so
he
if his hand has a scalpel on his pointer finger, how haven't you been able to find it? Well, I said he always wears gloves, and so you can't really see the knife through the glove. But wouldn't the knife just cut open the glove? No, that's not how it works.
You know,
Are you
you
gonna
ever heard of
explain
like
that? No. It's just
you ever
no.
heard of like their sheaths and how, you know, swords didn't cut through those?
Yeah, that's like how
He
it
wears
is with
leather gloves, not surgical gloves. Like, what kind of monster would it be if he wore surgical gloves?
There's an exfil window available.
Not a very good monster. Doesn't give off that, you know, 18th century vibe.
Yeah, he's like the plague doctor, but for kneecaps. It's weird.
And he wears a paper bag instead of, you know, the cool bird mask.
Yeah. I tried to get him to rebrand at one point, but nah, just something about the paper bag. I think he keeps
He literally
the kneecaps
just
in
stood
that.
there and stared at me like I was asking him to kill his own children. I don't know how I knew that. He was just wearing a paper bag. Oh yeah, be careful. Sometimes at night you'll find the knee goblins, or things made entirely out of kneecaps. Like, they don't hurt you. They're just not fun to look at.
Well,
So
that
you
sounds
think
kind of
imagine
interesting.
looking at
I'm gonna go now. She like leaves the police station, just automatically just gets kidnapped. Her knees just removed. This just in: a person has gotten their kneecaps changed. Their name is Tourist. From. Oh, also Jim's part of the SCP. He's always the police officer Jim is just always near the kneecapper.
Yeah.
They're not partners in crime. He just tries to catch him and then is not really able to because
He doesn't have knees.
yeah. He's just always there to give the exposition about the kneecapper.
This is an amazing SCP.
Yes.
I think it's the best SCP yet. It's honestly kind of scary though. Just like imagine waking up one morning and you have this perfectly cut, thin cut. You're like, huh? Wonder why that's on both my knees.
Yeah. Huh.
And then you stand up, and when you try and stand up, literally can't, and your legs just kind of fold and flop. And you're like, oh, I don't have kneecaps.
Oh no, I've lost my kneecap privileges.
Yeah. So then, like, wouldn't that be just absolutely terrifying?
Oh hell yeah, dude. That'd be really sweet.
An entire city experiencing this constantly.
God.
All these people would be fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Like some of the SCPs that they have are like, huh, neat. And then some of them are,
Yeah.
you know, on the same level as the kneecapper, where it's just like, just enough of that subtle horror that you're just sitting there like,
Huh. Yeah.
this makes me feel uncomfortable, but I don't know why. Like, it's those ones that are the good SCPs.
Yeah. Like, the fucking, what is one? Like the old man or whatever.
Yeah, where it's just off just enough.
Yeah. And I guess that's, I'm gonna fucking end it. The bit's ending. The bit is ending.
Oh no,
there.
I'm done with the
The
bit.
bit is done.
It's been done to the dirt.
Hey, roses are red, green is good luck. Used to give it down, but I ain't never gave a fuck. Running up a check, cause you know I'm coming up. Running to my ex, can I never get a hug? Counting on my guap, nothing in a sock. Can't feel my kidneys, I'm sipping on walk. If shorty bad, take that bitch on a walk. If shorty bad, take that bitch on a walk. Hey, pull up to church and Louis bird merch. Bad bitch, make that pussy go squirt, squirt. Zooming in the coupe, drop top, going skirt, skirt. Wanna get adopted by Rihanna like word, word.